And I'm live. Hi everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're having a good Sunday, if it is Sunday for you, or Sunday evening. So, I've got a small plan that I changed later in the week, but it's fine because we are playing some more Pseudoregalia. I forgot to change the scene. We're playing some more Pseudoregalia, and I had learned by looking up, which some may consider a tad blasphemous, but I don't really, I was having some trouble finding my direction in the game, so I'm more than okay with looking up at least what my next point ought to have been to go to, and it seems like what it was that I was missing I was in fact missing an upgrade to cling to walls. So, also, I'm gonna turn down. That should work. Yeah, I got some new headphones recently, and I had to turn up the bass on some of it. But, yeah, so we're playing some Pseudoregalia. Hold on, how did I... Wait a second. Wait, did the fucking thing do it again? Hold on. Left shoulder. No? Okay. Yeah, the toss on the weapon is still... Oh no, I have to do it again. Oh god. Yeah, that's never fun. Turns out the trigger and drop stuff still is awkward. Like you tap it and it's like it's still bound to the trigger. Left trigger axis. No, I just want left shoulder. There. You know what? I'm making that D-pad down. Because I'm not even gonna risk that. It still is. Oh, this isn't good. I don't like this very much. It keeps making me throw my weapon, even though. Did I not? Apply. Return. All right, let's try this. It's not. What the fuck? I applied it though. I may have to just full on reset this because genuinely, I'm not understanding why I'm hitting the shoulder button, and for whatever reason, it's... Yeah. That is so strange. Okay, well... Well, I at least know now that it's pretty much futile for me to try and, Oh, I never found you. Please leave me alone. I will kill again. What the fuck? All right. That's weird. All right. So last we left off on this, aside from the control situation, which I think probably needs to get addressed because I tried to set the crouch to left bumper and it was not working. So yeah, if that could get addressed, that'd be wonderful. So last we left off, we had gone through a lot of this area, and we got a bunch of the upgrades, but I found out that I am missing one to go through not only here, but also other areas of the game. And apparently the way to go now is to the ruined bridge tower. The one that said I needed something like, oh, get the sunspot powers or something to get the princess memory, something like that. And I didn't realize that, because the one criticism that I would probably give this game, and it's something that I think is reflected for a lot of people, is it's like, despite how fun it is to explore, the lack of direction feels a tad frustrating, because it feels like, I don't know, like I've just been finding stuff, but I don't feel like I'm progressing, you know? But I did at least find a progress point without spoiling anything, so that's good. I just need to get over to this ruined tower and then get to the area there. All right. So, in terms of other stuff that's been going on, besides me figuring out what I was doing wrong with this game, I also had taken... I'd also, despite me saying before how I don't tend to always look up reviews for everything that I am interested in, I took an interest in looking at potential reviews that were happening for the Sirens of the Deep Witcher movie that premiered recently, and it seems the reviews so far are very middle of the road. Like, it's not really, it seems like good animation and everything, but story's kind of which disappoints me severely as a Witcher fan. So I don't know what to really say other than, well, Netflix really just can't seem to catch a break with making a good Witcher-related piece of media. Because, like, the primary complaint that I had seen from a lot of people regarding their thoughts on it is just that they made the conflict... Shit. No. I want to do... Okay, so I can't do that bouncing off walls. Good to know. Okay, so it is possible. Try it like... Alright, I don't think I can get up to that roof ledge. Alright, well, in any case. So, yeah, I'd seen just the primary complaint is that they made the emotional focal point of the story that they're adapting from the book not entirely the focal point. They're making it more about the fish people, which I don't necessarily mind to a high extent so long as they kept the emotional core of everything, but it seems that they didn't even do that according to what people have said. Now, I'm not going to let this fully dictate my opinion about it before I even see the movie, but that's not a good sign, and it's still speaking to me that Netflix just truly does not want to fully do this Witcher thing very well. They're just not really getting the idea, which is very tragic to me because they showed some promise in Witcher Season 1, but they just fumbled. In any case, yeah, that's what I've seen lately about that. As for other things, I have been just looking up, I've been looking up any potential news about Steam Next Fest and the demos that could potentially be there, and working and getting some stuff done for stream-related things, which I'm excited to do because, as you all know, my friend and mod Combomon, he has done some work for streamers before, one of which was composing music. He's composed music for my buddy Lilith Vanille, and he did a wonderful job for her theme. I have also, the 3 powers of the sun, you can find their own. I've decided I wanted my own track, so sometime soon I will also have a track for my starting soon screen and BRB screen, because not always will I be able to have music playing from the game for my BRB screen, and I don't want y'all to sit in silence and starting soon either. So I wanted to do something for y'all to at least get that. So yeah, I don't know when it will happen, but sometime in the future, we will have a we will have some music to accommodate you all with the background. So that'll be nice, and I'm excited for it, because what he's shown me so far, as far as what he's got, is outstanding work. He's been doing such great work. And I have even made some commands on Nightbot to link both combo for his credits with the music, as well as Lilith Vanille for her credits with the emotes and profile picture she made me. Always credit the people that you work with. They could use it. They always could use it. So, okay, so it seems I'm missing one more power involving blue vines, but I don't know where I can find them. Ooh. I don't think Have I been to the underbelly through this direction? I don't think so. So yeah, besides the whole Witcher thing, I've been keeping my nose out of most of the Netflix-related stuff on recent releases. I've just been also recommending Monster to people, because I've been discussing anime a lot with people, and you know, the typical conversation comes up of like, oh, I'm looking for something new to watch. What do I want? What should I try out? As far as like shows that have like adult theming and everything, and are much like darker in tone and dramatic, I will always go for Monster as a recommendation for people, because frankly, that show deserves more attention. It's outstanding. And actually, wait, hold on. I mentioned that, but I also want to mention something else, and that's kind of anime related. So, y'all know Hunter x Hunter, right? I've talked about Hunter x Hunter a lot on stream before, in terms of my thoughts on the recent arcs and the development of the characters and how interesting the power system is. So, a little bit ago, I don't remember exactly when, but it was recently announced that Hunter x Hunter was getting a full-on fighting game. I don't know who's developing it, or I don't remember the name of the developers. I don't remember the name of the developers, but I do remember hearing buzz about who could be included and who's in the roster, and who could be in the Season 1 pass. And I will say this. Oh my god, you hurt. You know, I find that kind of comedic that there's just this tiny knight that's an enemy. Tiny sword doesn't even belong in my cocktail glass. So, Hunter x Hunter fighting game, and obviously Gon and Killua are in the roster because they are the main characters, but a recent trailer was shown that showed pretty much the default roster in its entirety, including WillofGame, Chrollo, Hisoka, Leorio, Kurapika, the fucking volleyball guy from Greed Island, which I personally would not have gone for him. Kaito, which I'm cool with. I like Kaito. The pipe guy, I forget his name. Meruem and Netero. Let's see, who else? Okay, Gon, Killua, Kurapika, Leorio, WillofGame, Chrollo, Netero, Meruem, Hisoka. Gentharu, I think is his name, the guy from the main villain from Greed Island. The Suture spider member, I forget, Machi, that's her name. Machi. Who else was there? I feel like there was another and I'm not remembering. Point is, it's a pretty decently sized roster, like over 10 characters worth of picks, which is good because it's a like 3v3 fighting game, I think it was. And I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm not really that into fighting games in terms of playing them very much because my comp game days have been long since never a thing. But nonetheless, it is pretty exciting to see Hunter x Hunter get some more attention in that way. And then they revealed the character that'll be the first character that'll be within the first season pass for the game, which is Pito, I think. Yeah, Pito. And that's I think also a good selection. I just wonder if whether or not they would end up doing any of the characters for the parts of the manga that have not gotten adapted at all into the anime or in any anime form at all. Because as cool as it would be to see characters from the arc surrounding the War of Succession, I don't know if it would be wise to do that because one, casual players of the game would probably not know who the fuck they are. It feels like it would be a very Roy and Marthin melee situation. Like, people won't know who they are, and they're not gonna know unless it's like, hey, here's this obscure character from an arc that's not been adapted. It's like, why would you include them then? But I don't know. I wouldn't mind the inclusion, but I think about that and I'm like, how many people would be confused at the appearance of any of the princes from the War of Succession arc, or Bill from the Succession arc? Still exciting though. It's nice to see that Hunter x Hunter's getting a game like that, because I don't know of any other kind of games that Hunter x Hunter's got to it. But I feel like if they're gonna have Pito, they gotta have the other Chimera Ant underlings of Meruem, because they're pretty vital to the development of Meruem's character and the Chimera Ant arc as a whole. So yeah, I wouldn't really say I'm like chomping at the bit to play this game because, as I said, not a fighting game player, but I would say that it's going to be cool to see the plays that may end up happening. I just would really laugh on however Knuckle gets introduced, if he gets introduced, because the nature of Knuckles' power in Hunter x Hunter is so goddamn weird and funny that I would love to see people try to figure out strategies and somehow come out the under end of Knuckles matches, or God forbid, Knuckles mirror matches, I think it's called, when you have two people playing the same character. Like, you have Knuckles mirror matches, and then both of them somehow are able to completely understand getting a car. Like, buying a car or getting a bank loan with, like, just coming out like Akiyama on the end of it, you know? I just find that idea really funny. So I just would really love to see Knuckle included in the game, just to see people's understanding of financial investments just skyrocket. It would be really funny to me. How the fuck do I... Okay, so that's one of the keys. So I'm clearly missing an upgrade for that. Well. All right, well, I'm missing whatever I need for that. So that's a no-go room for me. So yeah, that was one announcement that I saw. Combo actually sent it to me because he's interested in the game. So I I looked at the trailer, thought it was neat, but fighting games and me, the closest I think I ever got was when I went to a arcade for a tournament that a friend of mine was participating in, and she just kind of let me loose and do whatever. So I went to the Street Fighter 3 arcade cabinet and I played a bit of that and no more, because I just could not. I just couldn't really get through the arcade mode because I don't really know the inputs entirely well. Like, I know what a quarter circle is, I just don't think I could do it in a fast successive motion or do it on a reflexive, just a reflexive motion like how most fighting game players can. So, yeah, no for me on that, but cool that it's happening. Part of me would wonder, though, if whether or not they would dip into other Yoshihiro Togashi stories besides Hunter x Hunter, because I would find it really funny if they got Yusuke or Kuwabara in the roster at all, because just to see the potential interactions with that, with that kind of cast would be really funny to me. But I don't think that'll happen in season 1. I think that's like a season 3 or 4 kind of deal. All right. So I want to go this way. And I think, and I mentioned this before, but part of the flaw that I find with this game is because, part of the flaw that I find with the lack of real flowing direction in this game is due to the fact that there is no marker on the map to indicate where you are. That's because I'm not seeing anything in the game options that has that. Follow camera, lock on camera, accessibility, give Sybil pants, which, by the by, the give Sybil pants thing, like, yes, it's a joke that Sybil doesn't have pants on and everything. I like the pants. I like the pants. I think she looks good with the pants on. Like, I find this to be a really, really cool design. Because, like, while without the pants is like, oh, so scantily clad and all that, I just think the design looks cool with the pants because it kind of completes the design a tad more, you know? Sometimes whenever you have a character with... Sometimes when a character does end up getting a massive overhaul in terms of a design, genuinely more, adding on more... Oh, God. How the fuck? Do I just have to get into the bubble? Genuinely, sometimes less skin shown does in fact add to more. No, I can't make that. Okay, so it seems like I may need the Cling Gem for that, because that's the upgrade I'm supposed to be getting. But it seems I need the Vine Climb ability to do that, even. Because, one aspect of that kind of design work that I usually enjoy seeing is when a character gets redesigned and they get something that just, in my opinion, looks way better than their prior design that is a bit more scantily clad. I think of, for instance, Cammy from Street Fighter 6, how her design, she's wearing pants and a jacket and I think like a sports bra or something, and she looks fucking wonderful in that. She looks really cool in that design. Or is it a t-shirt? I don't know, but point is, she looks really good in that design, and while you do have the option for the old costume, between the two, I would much prefer the new look because, I don't know, it just looks better to me, you know? Okay, so the two entrances, these are right next to each other, so I'm just gonna do this and see what's over here. Wait. God damn it. See, this is why I would really... This is why I would love a marker to indicate which entrance I'm going into. Because, again, that's my one criticism. The direction in this game is a bit awkward because it's just not giving me... It's not giving me clear indications about where I am on the map, and that's not been fun either. But I am having fun with this game. I have fun bouncing around and having fun schmacking enemies. I just wish I could fucking know where I was doing my... Nope, can't bounce off it. Okay. Yeah, I'm clearly missing something there. But yeah, that's my general situation with that, because I like a nicely designed character that is appealing as much as the next guy, but as I said, sometimes less skin truly is more. Okay, there's a thing in there. Okay, where's that other... Okay, so I got into that entrance, but where's the other one that I want to try? All right. Also, we have an ad starting in about 3 minutes, as a heads up. Okay, there it is. How the hell do I... Nope, it's too long. Well, there's another entrance. Is that the... No, I don't think it is. Oh, hello. A key. I did not see that earlier. Good find. Nope, can't make that. Oh, something else that I'd been doing was been watching a lot of different game trailers for indie games that are coming out recently, because I'm always on the lookout for other cool indie games that might be potential stream ideas. Since I'm really enjoying doing these more short form one-off streams or series that are no more than like a few streams long, kind of indie game streams, or for retro games. I enjoy doing that because it kind of means that I can move on to other games more quickly and also have just a nice bite-sized amount of fun. And I found this one game that's more of an idle game, and not idle like Love Live idle, like idle as in, oh, you have to idle play this, like playing it idly, you know, while you're doing other stuff like, I don't know, editing a video or writing or what have you. And it's this pixel art fishing one. I wish I could remember the name, but it was this very nice looking fishing game that had absolutely gorgeous backgrounds, and it really is just you as a fisherman and your dog going out on your boat and fishing. Like, I wouldn't say entirely like web fishing. It's very much not that. At least not according to what I feel from the trailer. It feels more like something you just leave on in the background, and I don't know, it just seems like a nice chill time. Okay. All right, ad is about to start, so let me just Destroy the... All right. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the BRB on, so use these next 3 minutes to get yourself some water and stretch, use the restroom, whatever you need to do, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. So, in terms of other things that I've had, as far as thoughts and subjects to talk about, I recently had a idea that I want to run by y'all to see what you think. So, it's no stranger that I've talked about Lego a lot before, especially with my past with it, and that's been a very popular thing lately, considering the success that the Zelda Lego set has garnered, and for good reason. It looks like a really fun set that would be really fun to build. But then the thought occurred to me that if they would collab with Zelda, What other kind of collaborations would LEGO probably do in the future that would be really, really fun for a set? And I then thought about, like, okay, well, what other kinds of sets would involve something that you build that could just sit on the shelf and look good, as opposed to, you know, being a toy? Because yes, while Legos are toys, some usually have them just as decoration. And then I thought of the Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I felt that that would be the most appropriate one. So, chat, Lego Millennium Puzzle, yes or no? Would that be something y'all would drop a couple hundo on? I'm not sure if I would, but I do think the idea would be really fun. Probably would depend on the price though, because Legos are expensive. Like, what, the Zelda set was $300, I want to say. Okay. So I need to find the vine climb power, but I don't know where it would be exactly. What is in here? Ooh, health! Health upgrade. There we go. I don't know what the maximum amount of health you can end up getting in this game is, but... What the fuck? Oh, I see. Or do I see? Hold on, I'm gonna try something. There we go. Got it. Now where does this take me? No, you don't. Taking care of this fucker first. Ow. Is that it? Okay, so ending them with a charged attack takes care of their sword too. Good to know. Holy shit, where does this stretch to? Enemies can activate switches too. Ow. I did not know they could do that. Okay, so it seems like a activate all the switches in the area to make it go up situation. Yeah, hope the weather's not been terrible for everybody. I know a lot of places are dealing with cold snaps that are really, really frigid. I'm no exception in that rule. I'm dealing with it myself, and it is really, really cold. Like, my dad said something to the tune of like 9 degrees this morning, and it's only gonna get colder for the rest of the week. So I'm just kind of huddled up in a sweater as I play this. There we go. And something else that I've been doing is I've been doing a lot more audiobook listening lately. And the audiobook that I've been chipping away at slowly as I've been doing my commutes to work have been mostly just A Deadly Education, but I do have some others that I want to pick out for potential borrowing from Libby, because Libby's got a very good selection. It's just the problem that I've mentioned before is that because the books I want to listen to are so popular, it's really hard to get them. It's really hard to be able to wait for a copy to be available, especially when you can only have it for 2 weeks. It's like, holy shit. There we go. Because yeah, like as much as I like Libby, that's the one flaw that I tend to find is just you got to really wait for the more popular books that you've been wanting. And I don't know if maybe switching library cards associated with your account could do that. I don't know if you could do that, but it is something that I've considered doing because like I'm waiting for a Brandon Sanderson book to be available for me to read, and that shit has me dead in a figurative sense. Where am I? Okay, here I am. Oh, I have to destroy them. Okay. Good to know. Ow. Bitch! There we go. Ow. Okay. Ow. There. Ow. Okay. So, yeah, waiting a long time for books. Like, I can do the wait. It's just several months is several months, and that's a long time to wait for a book. So that's my deal right now. But the book I'm listening to so far is pretty good. It's A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik, and its deal is that it is a magic school kind of book, and unlike the other ones you tend to think of when you think of magic school fantasy books, this one is very different because its world building is centered more around the idea that this school, one, is a really dangerous, and I mean genuinely life-threatening place that you do not typically want to send people to. And the main character isn't really considered much of any good to the other characters in the story. Like, she's a bit of an outcast in a very negative space, so that's different. And the other matter is that I like the world building in it because it's making the magic system out to not be entirely about using phrases or components, although the components are needed. It's more about language and trading. Like the idea that nothing in the school that you do regarding getting lunch or getting shop class work done or working on projects is easy at all. It's quite difficult. The main character talks about having to do a lot of spell trading, not even just in terms of making sure that she has all the components to do like a construction, like constructing a magic object, but also to make spells work in other languages. So it's very fascinating. And also the idea that there's some kind of really messed up type of hierarchy when it comes to the seniors in the school as opposed to the freshmen and the sophomores and the juniors. And I don't know, I find the world building really fascinating in that way. I like a good world building. It's nice. And as far as I know, there isn't really any kind of sports activity in the school that the book takes place in. I am only a roughly halfway mark area through that book. And the major thing that's happening right now is that some revelations about the main character and one of the supporting characters went down. I'm not going to say what, that would be a spoiler, but it's something involving the character in the book that is kind of considered more of the hero protagonist type of figure. And the manner in which that they revealed that is fascinating to me. Because you know, you typically see these hero figures in some media and they tend to be treated like they're just the most important person in the room. And while they are, the drawback to their actions in the story really intrigued me, because what the character ended up doing was messing up the entire hierarchy for everybody. And it just felt like a nice cause and effect to the story and the actions of the characters that implied more than, oh, the plot doesn't, or like, oh, the character does this thing and nothing gets affected in the story. Kind of reminds me of One Piece in that way. Like the actions of the Straw Hats and other characters that are related to the Straw Hats affect the world because none of their actions are done in a vacuum. And I like that in Deadly Education as well. Like, the actions of the characters are not done and then forgotten about in a vacuum. There's no status quo to return to because the world is constantly changing. That's something I enjoy a lot. Because a lot of the more middling stories I've encountered, and this isn't exclusive to shonen manga, but it appears a lot, is just the situation of you go through the arc, you meet the quirky villains that the main characters fight, they fight, and then nothing else really changes about the world, and then everybody returns into their happy-go-lucky lives. Nothing entirely wrong with that structure, but it kind of leaves a lack of nuance to the world and just kind of makes it feel a tad flat. And I don't get that from One Piece, I don't get that from Deadly Education. So, good stuff, very good stuff. Would highly recommend. Oh, I see. Hold on, can I reach that? No, just barely. How do I get up there? There's likely one more switch that I'm missing. Oh, we'll check from ground zero and start up. Okay, so we entered through somewhere. We went through that entrance, and then we also got to bounce around a lot to figure out what we're doing. Let's see what's up here. Nothing up there, just a bunch of wheelie guys. We got that one, which was likely, yeah, it's probably this room to the side. And where else? What am I missing? What am I missing here? Took care of the night enemy. There's one more I'm missing because one more is all I need to bounce up to that pole. So what am I missing here? Got that one. Got that one. This is where we hop up to the second level. That's where we came in from. And I have no idea what's at the end of this either. I'm just figuring this puzzle out because I can. Like, that's the one thing that I'll give this game praise on as far as the lack of hand-holding in terms of your movement capabilities and what you can do in the game, is that you're able to get away with some stuff. Like, I got into that library area, right? That was at the library? No. The theater, that's what it was. I got into that theater area, the spot with all of the switches and how I had to bounce around on the outer perimeter of it. I got there without even using the upgrade that I needed to get there. So it's got that kind of Mario 64 quality of being able to just use the movement available to you to really just explore how you're able to break the game a little bit, like break your progression, sequence break, if you will. But by the inverse of that, if you end up in areas that you're not prepared for entirely, you do also need upgrades for a guaranteed progress point, which is why I'm in the conundrum that I am now, of lacking both the vine climbing and the ability to cling onto walls. Where the fuck is this final switch? Shouldn't be that problematic to find. Fuck. Okay, so there's only one ledge. And I cannot reach up there, and the walls are way too far for me to do anything with. Nothing up there. We got that switch. Actually, speaking of switches, although more on the game console as opposed to the thing I'm dealing with here, I did see a potential discussion point brought up about what we would want from the Switch 2. I can't remember who quoted it. It was somebody. No, it was Kamiya, Hideki Kamiya, the director of Bayonetta, former head of Platinum Games, creator of Devil May Cry, that Hideki Kamiya. I believe he said something to the tune of wanting the Virtual Console back with the Switch 2, and I saw a very interesting array of comments regarding that quote. The first ones being like, yes, I agree, Virtual Console was awesome because I can just download the game as opposed to subscribe to a model that is like either 20 or 60 bucks a year just to play these retro games that you otherwise would not have clean enough access to, alongside their other online services that Nintendo offers. For better and for worse, you know, people's opinions about the Nintendo online system can vary, and whether or not the quality of the online service is up to what people may want from that, again, that's up to discussion. And others saying that they prefer the Nintendo Switch online format of subscribing and then having the option to play a variety of games from different platforms, because what would the point be of making the Virtual Console and then having all of these games from the N64 era, the Super Nintendo era, and where have you available, and then people just selectively play or buy only the ones that they want to play? Because what if they find a favorite that they wouldn't have otherwise found in a game they wouldn't have even given a second glance in a Virtual Console setting? And I kind of agree with that, because yeah, would I get Aria of Sorrow if a Virtual Console was on the Switch 2? Yes. Game streaming is a predatory practice, if you ask me. I agree to an extent. Like, game streaming, especially since it can go away if the entire system for the online is down would be unfun to deal with. But I agree with the idea of that, but I agree with the ideas that people could find favorites they wouldn't have otherwise looked at if they just picked and choose their favorite N64 games or DS games or Game Boy Advance games from a library that gave them an option. And the other option that I saw is that apparently they would want to do that so that they could prevent their consoles from getting hacked and jailbroken. You know, the classic meme of it's quite easy to hack your 3DS and Wii U. And that can go under the matters of IP protection, making sure that people don't, you know, get all these retro games and stuff for free, which, yeah, thinking on it from there, I can understand that reason too, because in the end, they are a company. They're a game company, but they are a company. Technically, you can do it that easily on a ROM library. Yeah, I just saw the perspectives there, and I just kind of wanted to turn the question to y'all to see what you thought, because I would absolutely be okay with a virtual console, because having access to playing some of my favorite games from the era of the Game Boy Advance and DS era, especially the DS era, because now it seems like a lot of companies are figuring out how to do DS hardware games on a console that doesn't have dual screens, is fucking awesome to me. I love the Dominus collection for Castlevania. The Mega Man Zero games seem to be doing well in terms of having the availability there. Who knows? But it was just interesting to see Hideki Kamiya make that statement, you know? Because I don't know. I just thought, I figured he's the kind of guy that wouldn't really care about what Nintendo does, but it was literally right there. God fucking damn it. It was literally right there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm never really going to go into to subscribe to Nintendo's online system, because I don't really want to do that, because one, they're expensive. Two, Nintendo's online has, on a critical level, not been the best. You know, people's connectivities have always been not the strongest with Nintendo's, even while the Wii U's was free. And shit, I remember disconnecting from Smash games a bunch. So yeah, that was never very ideal to deal with. But nonetheless, I just wanted to get y'all's 2 cents on that, because I like to hear a good civil discussion on the matter of, would you prefer to be able to just pick and choose the games you want to play and buy them and download them, or oh shit, well, I just lost all that progress wherever that was going to take me. Like, would you rather do that, or would you rather have the ability to have a whole library be selectable to you and just, you know, pick and not have to worry about it? So here's an idea. If you have a free game streaming service that allows a revolving library of free games, then have it all available to buy on the virtual console, then you can get the best of both worlds. I saw somebody mention something similar to that, where they would want a subscription model, but then you can choose to download the games that ended up making a strong impression on you when you played them. So, like, let me put it like this. It was, oh god. Oops. So it was, say you played Zelda Minish Cap and really enjoyed yourself with good reason, and you wanted to be like, oh, I want to buy Zelda Minish Cap because I had such a good time with it, or I want to be able to just keep the game. The option that this person presented as a solution was, because you're a subscription model user, you would just get the ability to download the game. I had it earlier. What am I doing wrong? God damn it. I got this exactly how I needed to before. What am I doing wrong again? Well, the good thing is that I have the power that lets me bounce off those orbs, which is a positive. But in terms of the free streaming situation that you present, though, I would say that feels very similar to how Epic Games has their revolving door of free games in their library kind of situation. And that model works for them because people like to get stuff for free. I do. I don't think there's a human being that doesn't like free stuff. But I would just still prefer to have it no matter what on that front, and at least support the company to some extent. But Nintendo does a lot of business in a very big way. So yeah, it's yeah. I can see where you're coming from though with the free library service, free streaming service library thing. Oh wait, to buy it on virtual. Okay, no, I see what you mean. That kind of reminds me a bit of kind of like a rotating demo situation, or I guess kind of like Xbox Game Pass, like rotating games to be available on your platform that would otherwise you'd have to go hunt to buy them from their online stores. Yes, how much stuff do you have to be with Epic Game Store is more progressive than you? Yeah. I wouldn't say messed up. It's more like they just have a very different business mindset. But, well, it is, yeah. Nintendo is not exactly immune to messed up business decisions. So I shouldn't really be, yeah. Yeah, I would probably also say messed up because they've done some pretty bad things before. They've made some boneheaded decisions and fucked over a lot of people. So yeah. I'm not gonna, I probably should, yeah. It's a tough situation because I understand that running an online service of any kind, no matter the size, is not easy. But Nintendo really could be doing better. And it feels like they should be doing better. I'm furious at Nintendo over the Palworld thing. Did you hear they got a patent? Oh, yeah, I did. And I don't like that either. No game company under any circumstance should ever be given the power to patent a game mechanic or idea. Because then you end up with a Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor situation, and you do not want a repeat of that. Like, I don't really give a fuck about Palworld. I really, honest to God, don't. Like, I'm not interested in that game in any capacity. But what happened to them, I would not wish for others to end up going through merely because a company decides to patent a game mechanic. So, yeah, it's never fun. And that's going to fuck over a lot of devs in the future who want to do their own version of a creature capture game. Much like what happened with Middle-earth. Much like how Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor and the Shadow of War game patented the Nemesis system. And now anybody else that wants to do a cool game of like, hey, I want to make a game where the antagonists you're fighting remember you and remember all your attempts to fight them, but they love to humiliate you instead of kill you, and that'll be their downfall. And those devs were like, boy, that's a cool idea that we developed. How about instead of letting other people be able to take that idea and do something cool with it, and letting more cool games be made that way, how about we just patent it so no one else can do it again? At least not until the patent runs out, like with the arrow for Crazy Taxi and Sega. Actually, no, that patent's probably since ran dry. Because that I remember was a particular controversy that I didn't even know about until Hi-Fi Rush, actually, when I played that game. Because Sega apparently patented the arrow because Crazy Taxi had the idea of, like, use an arrow to point to progress for the players. And for a long time, nobody else could do that either. So, you know your little markers in Bethesda games that indicate what your progress is supposed to be and where you're supposed to go. Yeah, if that was done in the days of Crazy Taxi still being relevant in arcades, boy howdy, would they be in trouble, and not just because of Todd Howard and his chess club stuff. I'm trying to fucking bounce off these things to get to the hole. Fuck. It's made a lot harder because I'm also trying to fight the camera to do this too. But yeah, we won't know what the changes could be done for the Switch 2 until it's revealed in April, or until the more proper direct happens in April. So until then, we're gonna have to be very patient about that. Because I know the speculation has gone under a lot, and how people's enthusiasm for it is kind of, I wouldn't say waned, but definitely changed versus the excitement that people could have felt during the leaks that happened. But I'll wait to see what happens. I just hope that, as I said, if a Pro Controller were ever to be revealed for the Switch 2, and, you know, it's hopefully not too expensive, if it has a better D-pad than the Switch's Pro Controller, I will fucking buy that, please, because I despise the Switch's Pro Controller D-pad. It's so non-fun. And because as somebody that likes to play his 2D games with a D-pad, it feels so finicky, you know? I cannot get up this goddamn thing. Because this is supposed to take me back to one of the prior areas, and I can't get to it. Damn it. The D-pad always felt mushy to me. Yeah. Like, I also hope that maybe they could include a different kind of USB port, so if the Pro Controller's D-pad doesn't seem to be doing much better than the Switch's, than the Switch 1's, I could at least use my 8-bit DOE. Because the solution to that would obviously be just to get a different 8-bit DOE that's Bluetooth, but I don't like getting Bluetooth controllers too much, because I don't like the idea of the battery running out on me during an important moment. Because lest y'all not forget, the one time that I went through Final Fantasy 16, and then my controller, because I was so engrossed in the game, I did not notice my controller's battery life had gone near completely down until I was in the middle of a boss fight. So yeah, I would much rather just have the ability to have a better D-pad. But I think the major thing that I know a lot of people would really want out of the Switch 2 is to also not have drift in the Joy-Cons, which I think after enough complaints from people about it, the lesson has been heard, and they will most likely figure out the solution to that. So we'll see how that goes. I did learn that apparently the mouse are going to have some, or the Joy-Cons are going to have a mouse-like functionality to them when they're off the Switch. So you can lay them flat on the ground and they'll act similar to a mouse, which I know for Splatoon players or other FPS on Switch players, whoever that may be in the audience, will for certain love that. Because I imagine one complaint about the Switch or controller stuff, Nintendo never did admit they messed up the Joy-Cons. Okay, well, okay, they haven't, but it feels like maybe they at least know about it. Because Nintendo in the past have acknowledged things when you twist their arm enough about information on something, lest y'all not forget the Bob's Game situation. And if you don't know the Bob's Game situation, oh, that's another can of worms. That is another can of some good old earthworms. I don't want to go this way, actually. Oh, they definitely know about it, but they pretend it isn't real. Yep. They just cup their ears about it, or they berate the designers or something. It's, yeah. In any case, though, mouse-like functionality, that's going to be interesting to see, because I can't really think of any other way that they could improve upon the Joy-Cons besides that, and the drift to fix, you know. Increases healing power by, ooh, another one of those. That's nice. Okay. All right, well, we've got a new power, so that's good. Mouse controls for Prime 4 would be insane. Mouse controls for Prime 1 would be crazy. Like, if more Metroid Prime games got ported, I imagine those would feel like a dream on the, on mouse control style Joy-Cons. I remember particularly somebody bringing up the idea that not Citizen Sleeper, that, Darkest Dungeon would control better on Switch with that option. I wouldn't know, since I haven't played Darkest Dungeon myself. I will one day, but that day ain't today. And yeah, like it would be a really cool idea. But I feel like whenever the Switch 2 comes out, that's gonna be a long period before Nintendo tries anything different with console stuff. Because we're kind of in an era right now where consoles are more or less losing their viability of interest among the general public. Because, one, the Steam Deck exists. Two, the advent of like bigger and better graphics has kind of died down significantly with consoles, because quite literally, consoles are just becoming small PCs now. And the prospect of having the most realistic graphics on there is becoming almost homogenous. Like all of the photorealistic games are starting to kind of blend together. Like there are some interesting different takes here and there on some of the settings and characters involved, but if you were to tell me the initial difference between one versus the other, I would not say. Like, literally the only way I was able to tell that the new game from the devs of Returnal was from the game devs of Returnal, it was the weapons, the weapon design, and the just kind of general sci-fi feel of the game, and the language used in the trailer. That's it. That is quite literally the only keys that of knowledge that I had to realize, oh shit, that's from the devs that made Returnal. Which, speaking of, I don't know whether or not I'll play that game. I'm kind of up in the air about it, but I enjoyed Returnal a lot, save for one part of it, involving the progression of the action and how it felt like, you know, as you got into the late game areas, it could get a little overwhelming. But I don't know. it's one that I would probably do because I enjoy roguelikes a lot. But I digress. I mean, I don't think I would ever get another console after my PS5 unless something drastic were to happen with PlayStation that made it more viable or really sold me on the idea. But I'm not sure if I would anyway, because a lot of PlayStation's library is becoming available on PC. And while a lot of those games are not able to be played on my PC, because as I've stated before, my PC is an old heart that can't run a lot of games very well, a lot of modern games, I still can nonetheless run at least some of the stuff that I need to, and if I upgrade my PC, then I don't see a reason to get another PlayStation console at all. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Because, like, I'll use my PS5, I've used it a lot, and one of my major reasons why I've kept it for so long is I like having the option to also get a lot of games that I would not have otherwise been able to get on discount. I like getting games on discount because it's savings, you know? It's savings for future playthroughs that I could do on stream or off stream. I, for instance, bought Unicorn Overlord, which I enjoyed the demo of a lot, and I want to play that on stream because I want to share more of it. And I was able to get a version of it that was more affordable. So, yeah, I'm the same way with my Switch too, because I like having the option to just get some games on a greater discount and maybe on a platform that I tend to prefer some games on more than others. Like, for instance, I don't know about y'all, but I prefer to play my turn-based RPGs on my Switch because those have such a good pick-up, put-down nature to them that, you know, it's just nice to be able to do so. Now, the Steam Deck does provide the same thing, but I don't know, I don't really leave the house enough for me to justify getting a Steam Deck, even if the idea of playing it in bed is good, because I'm not the type of person to play games in bed. Like, when I'm in bed, I go to bed. So, yeah. Okay, so these fucking blue vines. Feels like I'm missing something. Okay, this was where I fought that first enemy. Is there something up top there that I haven't gotten? Did you hear that Valve is likely to start releasing the Steam OS? I have. I'm not knowledgeable at all about operating systems, but I understand how huge of a deal it is for a lot of developers that want to use the operating system for other things. And what it essentially means, like what it all boils down to, according to my understanding of it, as somebody who's not a, like, to-the-wall software dev gamer, it sounds like people will just have the option to be able to make their own version of a Steam Deck or have some kind of option with Steam's type of operating system, which is neat. That's cool. And that's something that I at least admire from Valve, with their ability to be completely open with their tools and allowing people to do whatever they want with them. Now, Valve's not perfect, don't get me wrong. They've likely made a lot of bad decisions in the past, and I know people still get angry about them with the lack of Half-Life stuff, or the lack of Team Fortress stuff, or the lack of, I don't know, new Left 4 Dead content, but they're always at least open about their modding stuff, and they're always cool with the idea of people doing mod work on their games without any kind of, you know, pushback, for the most part. It's just Linux but optimized for gaming and is similar enough to Windows that you can switch to it comfortably. Microsoft is likely quaking their boots over the idea of competition. Yeah, especially since a lot of people have been posting around for DuckDuckGo as a alternative to things like Google. Like, if you don't know what DuckDuckGo is, it's a new search engine that's now gained email functionality that is far more safe, according to what people have said, regarding its data encryption and making sure your data is not getting taken, or that you don't have that fucking stupid AI overview thing that Google has right now. So we're kind of in an interesting era right now of a lot of smaller solutions for tech-related things like search engines and emails being presented as genuine competition to a wider audience. And it's neat. I like to see that. Didn't DuckDuckGo get caught harvesting data a few years ago? I have... If they did, I haven't heard about it. The only thing I've heard is just that they're pretty good about keeping data safe, but if I'm wrong, then please, people, feel free to point it out, because I've been using Firefox for a while because I've been using Firefox for a long while now, but I understand Firefox isn't perfect either because it also uses Google as the search engine. And I know there's Opera GX, but I can't remember from where, but I heard some stuff about Opera that didn't make it feel like a very good solution for me, but maybe that may be it. You know, maybe I change to that instead. Yeah, I know about DuckDuckGo because my mom actually uses it. She uses DuckDuckGo on her phone, and I mean, I haven't heard her talk about it, but it seems like she likes it okay. So that's good. Okay, so I don't remember. So the Hexagon room, I think, had Opera GX definitely gives your info to the, oh. Yeah, yeah, okay. I mean, in the end, a lot of your data tends to get taken anyway from a lot of places through cookies and those kind of things. And you can try and avoid it however you can. I, for instance, want to get a VPN because not only would I like the option to do that, but also the ability to avoid geo-blocking would be nice too. But I understand that it is an uncomfortable thing, the idea of your data being used, especially with the whole targeted ads system. Like having targeted ads towards you, like you click on, I don't know, say you want to get a bottle of cologne for something like a special occasion, and you just click on just one page about it, and then suddenly you're just getting targeted ads towards your articles of recipes or something that are just nothing but cologne stuff or things related. Cologne and cologne accessories. Hi, I'm Hank Hill. I promote cologne and cologne accessories. My new cologne now smells like propane. Oh God. No, that wouldn't be no, that should not be a thing. No, propane smelling cologne would be a terrible idea. Okay, this I need that gem for. So what was this room again? It's been a week, so don't entirely. I'd buy it. Yeah, it sounds very much like a gimmick kind of thing, like having a cologne that smells like an anime character you like, which is a thing, unshockingly, you know, that is a thing. A streamer I watch, when she went to Japan, she went to a One Piece store, or like a Shonen Jump store, where they had a One Piece display that had different characters and like how they smelled in terms of cologne. And because her favorite character is Ace, she bought an Ace cologne. Which, I mean, based because Ace is awesome, but yeah, I don't think I'd do that. I wouldn't buy cologne that smells like Balalaika from Black Lagoon. Or would I? Wait, or would I? No. Well, no. Goku cologne smells like sweat and burnt flesh. Yeah, or it smells like turnips because isn't he like a farmer? It would smell like dirt too, like dirt, turnips, sweat, and burnt flesh. Okay, so I think that just looped into there. So what am I missing here? Actually, that is a question. If the what kind of completely esoteric, weird, well, kind of esoteric. Well, I don't think esoteric's the word. What kind of bizarre exclusive merch would you buy of a character if you had the option to? Dude, I just now noticed that you got Sybil's pants. Yes, because I mentioned it earlier. I think she looks better in the pants when instead of not wearing them. Genuinely. Also, the ads are about to start in about 4 minutes or so just a heads up. Okay, so I don't have the upgrade for that either, so come back to this later. But yeah, I turned on the option just to see how they look. I'd buy them too, they're very cool. I think they'd be expensive as fuck because that's a really specialized item, but they're neat, you know? I like them. They're very, very cool. They look like they'd be very good pajama pants. There we go. Okay, so let's see. We did the library. The theater we can't do yet because I don't have the cling gem. And I need the vine climb, so where the fuck is the vine climb ability? That is literally all I'm missing. Actually, maybe it's through the ballroom. Where was it? It was Sansa Keep. So let's go that way then. I do find the idea very funny, though. I can't get over how much I love this game's music and atmosphere. It's very nice. And I do find the idea of some accessibility inclusions being really funny. Like, one I can immediately think of, y'all know the game Another Crab's Treasure? That's that sea-based, that nautical Souls-like game where you play as a crab? Well, apparently, a couple things. One, that game's apparently really good. And two, one of the accessibility options is that you give the main character a gun as just a permanent shell power, and quite literally all you do is just shoot an enemy, and it just insta-wipes them. One hit, which is very, very funny. That game rocks. I thought about playing it, but I don't know if whether or not the movement would be agreeable with me. Not like a, oh, I'd get sick from it situation, but more like a, I feel like I'd accidentally do something I'm not supposed to and then lose a boss fight kind of problem. There we go. Finally, I can see what's in here. Oh, hello. Well then. There we go. Okay, well that was pretty easy. Okay, so that's the top. Wait, can I cheese this? I can totally fucking cheese that. And I totally did not mean to do that, though. Reminds me of OG RE4 where you can buy rocket launchers to skip bosses you don't like. Yep. Totally the exact kind of mindset. Or like, what was it called in Sonic Mania? It's like a mode you can do, debug mode. That's what it is, where Can I make that? Oh God. Okay, I can actually make that. I just need the camera to not be wonky with me. But we'll figure this out after the ads because they're about to start. So I'll go to the BRB, take these next 3 minutes to go get yourself some water, whatever you need to do, stretch, use the restroom, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Okay. Oh, let's go continue through where we're going. Okay. So, what we're doing is... That's a very awkward angle, because I need to be able to see at least one of the walls. Nope, just shy. Also, I just noticed my health. I should take care of that. That would not be good. I don't remember where my last save point was. Yes! There we go. Hold on now. Okay, so... Interesting. So, wait, do I need the wall cling for this too? It seems I am quite literally needing 2 abilities left and I'm good. There we go. All right. There we go. No wall cling here. Beautiful. What the hell is this? Okay. The Chad Will does it again. I immediately biff the progress that I mean to... How the fuck am I supposed to... How in the hell? I don't know if I'm actually doing this kind of progress right, which is, Do you ever have a moment like that where you know you definitely did not do something in the right order, but you kind of keep going anyway, and just to see how far you can go with it? That's happened to me a couple times in this game, and I think it's happened with some Metroidvanias I played in the past too. Wait. I have an idea. Can I attack while I'm... No, didn't think so. No, that is... No, that's a strat that will not work. That would be a really, really dumb idea if I tried that. Okay, so just go. A lot of times, whenever I do these games that tend to have really puzzling challenges, be it platform-based or non-platform-based in the case of Resident Evil or Signalis or... When was the last time I ever got Outer Wilds? Sometimes the simplest solution really does work. God damn it. Yes, I know, you come to life, of course you would. Ow! Please don't make me fall off the edge. I would cry. I would cry and pee my pants a little. There. Please get on it. There we go. There we are. Okay, now we're Okay, it's a heal. I was like, is this just gonna be a cute rest thing, like how you could do in Castlevania Symphony of the Night? But no, it is a genuine heal. That's lovely. I'm glad they included that. Get on! Okay. Oh, now what? Okay. Nope. I can't judge distance from the top side. Oh, God. All right, well, since I know that I've got a stool here to heal me up, I can play a little reckless. There's a lot of Symphony of the Night baked into this game. Yeah, I see it. I can definitely see the influence. Oh, that's fun. She's got different sitting poses. I like that. That's really cool. The only thing that's missing is having a pixie that can sing to you, right? I think like it was a pixie or a fairy, I think. And in the case of Bloodstained, you could have Miriam play the piano and the pixie sang. And actually, speaking of Bloodstained, y'all know that a sequel's being developed, right? The sequel to the beloved Bloodstained Ritual of the Night that's confirmed to actually be happening. I'm interested to see how that's gonna go, because I enjoyed my time with Bloodstained. Like, a couple things did kind of irk a little bit, like how the Switch release was locked to 30 FPS, I think. And also the glitches that tended to happen, while funny, also really killed my progress, which wasn't very fun. Like, the best slash worst glitch that I easily had was the one where I was checking the pause menu to see what I had gotten, because I think some equipment dropped, and then Miriam just had no head. Like, she was completely headless in the menu, and I couldn't exit the menu at all. I could only move the model up and down, and I could not exit. I could not go into any other tabs on the menu, so I had to start over, or I had to restart the game, which was really difficult to do since I had not made any progress, I think, after that point. All right, what the hell did I unlock? Did I unlock what was ahead of me here? But I feel like after all the improvements that have happened alongside the patches that Igarashi and his team had done, I think Bloodstained's a lot more stable of a game now than it was back in 2019. Oh, God. That game came out in 2019. Oh. Oh, I feel old. All right, there's key number 2. I don't feel like doing this thing. I really don't. Can I just quit this? You just aged me 60 years. The 2020s have really been a time where so many years just felt so similar that they've blurred into each other, because a lot of cool shit happened in the past few years that should have been defining as like, yes, this was a 2022 or a 2023 moment, but sadly, so many of the years have blended together because not too many eventful things ended up happening. Well, not many events that made you remember specifically to that. Like, obviously, a lot of historical things did happen But at the end of the day, when I think back onto 2023, it just felt like the same year, but with this thing or that thing. Nothing felt different. Nothing looked different, you know? So I kind of blame the 2020s for making a lot of years lately feel really similar to each other. I genuinely have had a lot of moments where I thought I was in 2024 still, because too much of the years have felt this, well, it's our culture has stagnated, kinda. Yeah. I feel like that's part of it. Please, it's just this last one that I need. Like, we're reaching a point where a lot of the things like technology advancement has not really gone higher. And aside from, like, I hit the wrong button. Aside from advancing phones or something, which even then, that's kind of going into its own samey situation. Like, what's the most revolutionary thing that's happened with smartphones lately? You make them flip phones. You make them flip phones. So what? We're somehow so far into the future, we've gone back to flip phone technology. Okay. Like, cool, I guess, but I don't know. I would have thought maybe we would have had like more economically friendly solutions to travel, you know? Maybe better public transport. But I guess that's too much to ask. Okay. Shit. But yeah, it's... In any case, yeah, feeling like 2019 was that long ago is really something. Like, to think, in 4 years, that game will be 10 years old. And I think back to how Game Boy Advance stuff is being considered retro, or how what used to be more of the retro aesthetic constantly being pixel art games is now including low poly 3D games, which I'm all for. Like, games like this, Signalis, Sorry We're Closed, and Mouthwashing, all of those, like, please stick to that. Keep that kind of aesthetic going. We could use more of those because they've been some of the best games coming out in many, many years. But it still nonetheless makes me feel old whenever I see PS2 models being used for an indie game and it's being considered the hot retro idea. And I'm like, ugh, I feel the wrinkles forming at the creases of my eyes. God damn it. I almost had it. There. And I know I did not get whatever the hell the reward would be, but I don't care. The Wii is retro now. That hurts me to hear. All right, so we got another key. That's what was in that room. So what other rooms have we not explored? The underbelly had some more of those areas that we couldn't get to, but I think that might have... Was it to wall running? No, it was to something else. Okay. Chat, help me out here. The vine climb power that I need to use to get to the bridge that has the wall cling ability. Where is that here? Like, where do I need to go for that? What area am I going to? Is it the underbelly or is it somewhere else? It's not the Wilight Theater. It's not the theater, since that's... I need the wall run for that. I'm genuinely asking. This is not, like, I will not bonk you for backseating on this. I really need the help. I have a feeling that it's the underbelly, but I'm not sure. Like, considering we've got vines here, surely, you know? Okay. Well, we've kind of explored most of where the... Well, save for one spot. Yeah, save for one room, we've explored most of the underbelly. So let's go see where that goes. All right. Oh god, you wanna know what else just I thought of that could end up becoming the new retro aesthetic? So you know, like the PS3 and 360 era, how a lot of games just kind of were more brownish in tone with bloom all over the place to look more realistic, even though, let's face it, dude, I hate to tell you, but there's just no vine climbing power up. There isn't? Then why the fuck? I'm convinced, I was so convinced. Okay, well I can't get to there because, all right, I guess we'll go to the, But I've been seeing these blue vines everywhere. Like, really? Really? Weird. All right. Thank you, Saribot. I barely tapped the trigger. Oh, this game. Oh, this game. There really isn't? What? Then why am I seeing these blue vines everywhere? Is it just for atmosphere? They feel so conspicuous. All right, I guess I'll go back to the bridge then and try there again. Well, in any case, so I was mentioning the 360 era, same about realistic brown graphics. Yeah, realistic turds. No, realistic graphics from the PS3 and 360 era, from like the Gears of War type of aesthetic, you know, like very gritty, brown, bloom, beige, and just generally that kind of look. Do you think that may end up becoming a retro trend for a lot of people? Because I would be very intrigued to see how devs would tackle having that kind of aesthetic for their games in an indie sense. Because a lot of that was very indicative to that era, especially for games that tried to have a more real look for the character models when clearly the technology still wasn't there. So, I don't know, I feel like we've now reached a happy point where graphics are appropriately realistic, even though I find ray tracing to be wholly unnecessary, but that's just me. Or it might not be just me, but yeah, I find it to be unnecessary. And I just hope nowadays the whole style, like a more stylized aesthetic is the preferred direction for a lot of things. Because, so, the state of play that happened a bit ago, one game that was revealed for it was like this action game by way of Arthurian legend. I forget, it was something Ambition, Tales of Annihilation, I think it was. And I kind of wrote it off when I saw the trailer and the state of play. You know, like I thought, well, that just kind of looks similar to it looks like it's trying to pull off what Stellar Blade did. And I never played Stellar Blade, but it didn't really grip me, you know? And I then saw, though, a gameplay demo released, like just some footage, not an actual demo of the game, but some kind of like demo footage released from the game, and what I saw was so fucking fascinating to me. It was like Devil May Cry by way of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with Arthurian legend characters. Like, what? You play as Gwendolyn, you have different knights standing by your side fighting with you, and you've got elemental powers, you can styles change on the drop of a hat, and you can just do all these cool looking things. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just kind of wrote this off as just something, what? And the part of the reason why I wrote it off was because it had the realistic graphics look, and it just kind of kept giving me the Stellar Blade sirens in my head. But no, it's looking legit. It looks really fun, and I'm like, shit, okay, neat. Okay, so if I don't have a walkling, or if I don't have a power-up that gives me the ability to climb those vines, what the fuck am I doing then? The same, god damn it, simple solutions. God damn it. Simple solutions. Because like I don't have many memories of like my gaming years in the 360 PS3 era, but I do remember that a lot of the complaints, or a lot of the games did kind of look samey because they went for that similar bloom and beige and brown type of look. So I don't know if that will end up being remembered in some nostalgia aside from people that played those games heavily, but that was also a year where people were playing stuff that were on things like the Xbox Live Summer of Arcade. You know, I mean, shit, those were the years when Bastion was first released. Over 10 years ago. Actually, yeah, Bastion I think is around 12 years old now. God, time passes. But I think that era in particular was when the indie scene was really starting to make a name for itself as a type of part of the gaming industry that deserved the attention, and still does, in every way, shape, and form. Because I remember that era in particular due to a lot of people talking about games like Braid and Bastion and some of the other retro games that were getting featured by way of just being presented on that larger platform. Hold on now. Hold on now. Wait a second. Okay, that was pretty simple, actually. All right, is this it? Thank God. Thank God. Oh, I'm happy with that. Hold tight to walls while you propel yourself a short distance. Can be jumped out of and can go around curved walls and corners. Yeah, so this is the power-up that I've been missing for a long chunk of the game now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, like that one character in Jimmy Neutron, beautiful, gorgeous. Beautiful, like Balalaika from Black Lagoon. I probably should have used the Cling Gem to get around there, god damn it. Oh, God. Is there something behind there that I'm missing? Now I'm curious. If it is, it's probably about out of my reach. Okay. Worth a look. Actually, wait, were those were closed the first time I was here. It really is interesting to have a platformer that's far more atmospheric and like more ambient with its music as opposed to peppy and cheery like you'll hear in most platforming games. There we go. Wrong direction, but sure. Because, like, you think of a platformer, you always people tend to think of a more peppy kind of music choice, but I guess for this, the devs were like, nah, we like our somber shit. Is there something up there? There's gotta be. Because, like, this is the kind of music I would expect to hear from, I don't know, some kind of cyberpunk action game or something. But, no, it's a platformer. And, you know, speaking of cyberpunk action, because of the recent success that the game has found in terms of its release of its expansion, a small part of my brain has really wanted to try Cyberpunk 2077. I just know for certain I think my PC couldn't run it very well, and I would play it on PC. Klonoa had a similar vibe, and that was on PSX. I played through Klonoa. I don't remember it feeling particularly, like, ambient in that way, but who knows, maybe I'm wrong. I thought there'd be something here. Oh, this is the end goal. I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering Klonoa because it has been a while since I last played it, but nonetheless, I'm pleased with this game's atmosphere. It's very nice. Okay, so we need 5 keys and I have 3 of them. I'm guessing okay, I probably need to collect all 5 first, and then, not ambient. A lot of areas have very somber tunes. Ah, yes, that's it. Yeah. Well, I know where to go back to now, so that's a plus. Okay. So now that we have this, we can actually do the theater puzzle that I've been more or less unable to do because of everything going on. So we're finally able to do that. Now, the underbelly. That was the one room that I couldn't get through, so we could just do that. I'll still go on record. This game could really use with just a marker to show where Sybil is on the map. That would really help me a lot. So, chat, I have a question for y'all. Whether they have come out this year or not, what are some games that you all have been just wanting to look forward to playing this year? Be it getting something off your backlog or a game recently released that you're really excited to play. I'm curious, because this year has been seeing some majorly huge releases lately, as far as larger AAA stuff and smaller indie stuff that I've been personally extremely interested in, and I wanted to get y'all's 2 cents on it, because I've definitely got a lot of releases I'd love to play on stream or off stream myself. One of which I know I want to try, and it has a demo, the Pirate Majima game, because y'all know I am a Yakuza fan, and I am very interested in playing as Wacky Woohoo Pirate Majima, doing Devil May Cry combat alongside ship combat. And yes, I will play and stream that demo, because if there's anything I've kind of learned from playing the Yakuza series, even the side games, is that they'll have something there that's not just all fun and games and wacky times with funny combat. There will be some genuine, like, ouch moments that will happen with the characters. And what do I mean by an ouch moment? I mean, like, a moment where it will be just extreme soap opera heartbreak that will make you cry. So, knowing how Majima's story is, since I've played the series since Zero, I'm intrigued to see how that'll go. As for other games I'm interested in, I've talked about Citizen Sleeper, and Citizen Sleeper 2 having released a little bit ago, or in January. I am very excited to get to play that whenever I can, because it's going to be a very different playthrough on stream versus what I have been doing a lot of the time, but I really enjoyed Citizen Sleeper 1. Its writing is phenomenal, and I still love the characters, and I think back to some of the moments that I had with that game, and I'm like, man, I would love to just play the second game so badly. And I don't know, I'm just excited for that prospect. Okay, I'm really excited for Sheeplat and Mina the Hollower. Yeah, those are also good. Those are also good picks. I remember that a demo was released, like very closed off beta demo released for Mina the Hollower that people were positive about, which is nice. Good to see that. I just had that on my wish list for a while. That's not even gonna work either. So maybe there's some kind of thing I'm missing here. What am I missing here? Because I can't really boost myself out of this. And the closest thing that I've got is doing this idea. The momentum dies so quickly there. Actually, hold on. I do have another game that it would be a stretch if there was any kind of news about it, but there hasn't been news about it since it got a demo for Next Fest a number of years ago. There's this one game that I had once found called Radio the Universe that I have been looking forward to for a long time. And way back when, I streamed the demo for it as part of the Next Fest package that was going on at the time. I wish I remembered what year it was, but as I said, years have blended together. And I'm looking forward to that because it just seems like it has that kind of ambient, subtle storytelling horror look that Signalis really pulled off. And I learned this after I looked up the game to see if there was any kind of progress for it. apparently the dev had been working on that game for over 10 years. I don't know what the progress currently is on it, because the dev, as far as I've seen, has been very, like, not talkative about the game on their socials, but I'm really intrigued, because what I played of Radio the Universe has just got my mind racing with what it could be and how it could go and what the story will be like. I'm so intrigued. All right. Is this a cheaty solution? Yes. I don't give a shit, though. I think this might have been how I got here before. But yeah, Citizen Sleeper, Radio the Universe, the Pirate Majima game. God, there's so many. There's so many games. And even then, that's just like some of the ones that are coming out this year. I've got so many in my backlog that I've yet to get to that I really want to. But there's only so much time, you know? Like, we've got our obligations. I mean, we're all adults here. It happens. All right, what is this? Allows you to perform an additional air... Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's not nice. There we go. You know, really missed opportunity for the slide to not do any damage. Dude, I just looked up Radio the Universe and I'm immediately sucked in. Right? Its demos should still be available, I think. I will warn, it's not as it's not a high-octane action game like it may look from its top-down perspective. It is far more methodical in its combat than you may think. If anything, it's very slow, and that's just something that I gotta warn you about, because I wasn't prepared for that when I tried that before, but it's there, and the demo, I think, was about an hour long. Yeah, it was about an hour and a half in length, and it was so good. It just nails this kind of desolate atmosphere that you expect from things like Girls Last Tour or Kino's Journey or Mushishi. Not Mushishi. I don't know, like that kind of desolate wanderer type atmosphere, and it's so nice. It's so good. Okay, so that was the solution to this. Oops. Because the other thing is that Radio the Universe is one of the first games that I think I even have on my Steam wishlist. Like, along with Gestalt's Steam and Cinder, which is another game I'd love to play at some point, it's one of the first few games that I ever wishlisted, so I've been looking forward to this for a long, long time. Not as long as like how a Metroid fan probably would feel about Metroid Prime 4, though, or a or a Silk Song fan. But nonetheless, it is one that I've been looking forward to for a while, and I would love to potentially hear more news if possible. But again, game development is a very, very hard job, a very hard thing to do. It's a very difficult task to try and optimize it to make sure it's perfect. I get it completely. It's not easy. I just hope that the dev is doing well on both of those, and it's agony. Yep, it's like Sometimes, because like the thing is that a lot of things will end up interfering with how your dev cycle goes. You know, be it complications with the language that you're using, whether or not the game engine you're going to use is going to go by way of Unity. I pray that never happens to anybody. Fuck Unity. But then there's the matter of just life happening, expenses, and disagreements on how games go, on how the game ought to be developed if you're working with a team. Because that happened recently with the game Earthblade. And if you don't know what Earthblade is a game that was being developed by the people that made Celeste. Not Matt Makes Games. I think it went under a name. Their studio went under a different name for this one. And the development of that game is just straight up canceled. Because the devs were having a disagreement over the rights to Celeste, I believe, and I think the friction was just too much and they ended up canceling the game outright, which sucks because Earthblade, I think, was revealed during the Game Awards at one point. It was one of the ones that I thought looked really cool, but got canceled. Tragic cancellation, but, you know, not everything works out in game development. Content will be cut, disagreements will happen, and life will happen. That's awful. Yeah, it sucks. It's not... And it sucks, too, because Celeste was like one of the big indie darlings of 2018, I want to say, and to hear that kind of disagreement go on behind the scenes to the point of their next game getting canceled, that's just tragic. That is just some tragic shit. So I just hope those devs are able to find work, you know, because the industry itself has also not been very kind to the developers of these games in general. Like, Bandai Namco, I think, recently had done a bunch of layoffs because I don't know what their financial situation is right now, but they're kind of not doing hot, I feel. Hence why I imagine they're doing a lot of the Tales series re-releases, which is nice. We're getting to play Tales of Graces and not have to bust out the PS3 for it. I hope they could do the same with Tales of the Abyss, because I would like to be able to not play that on 3DS. But yeah, it's game development. Just, if you're gonna be a game developer, don't be like Bob from Bob's Game. And if you don't know what Bob's Game is, the story is very interesting. See, this is why you have to set your copyright stuff in stone. It sucks that you have to do that at all, but clearly you have to. Oh yeah, because like one game, if you're with a team, having that game is kind of a full team situation. No one person will own the sole rights to it. It's gonna be the rights of a team of people, unless the person was a solo dev, you know? Unless like you outright were able to buy the rights to the game or story or setting or what have you. That's why one of the biggest contested situations with gaming right now is Disco Elysium's ownership. How the head writer of the game is just not able to do anything else with that setting because fucking Ilmar Kompas and Zaum just won't give him the rights back. So it's shitty, and the reason why they won't give him the rights back and fired him alongside Alexander Rostov and Helena Penge, like, it's for shitty capitalist reasons. God damn it. Ugh, it's fucking terrible. The short version of that story is that Ilmar Kompas, the current CEO of the studio Zaum that made Disco Elysium, had done some shady business shit with company assets to gain majority ownership. And when that was pointed out to by Rostov and Kurvitz and Penge, they were unceremoniously fired because they dared to point out that their new CEO just did something really corrupt. So, yeah. Yeah, being a game dev can be a really tricky problem, especially when in the event that your game gets successful enough to where you have merch or what have you. Because managing all that, you also have to just realize, oh God, I have to start a small business because I now am a game dev, or I now have to register my stuff under an IP to, you know, do all of these things with this thing that I've made. In a similar way, it's kind of like how streaming causes people to have to think in a business sense, especially if they're making merch or making money at all with their content. So, yep. Okay. So, now that I have the wall run power, I think I can go back to the theater and take care of the thing I need to take care of now. Because we've got 3 of the 5 keys, so we're actually pretty close. But yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm a bit hesitant on learning game dev stuff. Other primary reason is that my history with coding has never been the most fun. So the coding aspect of game development, I fear the most of literally anything. Like, coding's not difficult to learn, but there's just parts of coding that really irked me in terms of figuring out solutions and hitting my head against a wall on why something's not working. That made me just think, God, I don't want to do that again. That was unfun. I'm writing a book and I hope to have a video game based on someday. So I'm gonna make sure I'm the sole owner of all that in the legal sense. Ain't nobody taking my baby. Yeah. I mean, really, you have to protect it the best you can because a lot of companies will take advantage of your IP. That's one of the things that I've talked about before with Webtoon, that so many authors are choosing to try and let their contracts for their IPs run dry because they want the rights to their property back so that they can actually do stuff with it and earn more money from it, as opposed to Webtoon's more awful practices. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've talked about this before, but essentially Webtoon, the service that lets you read webcomics, has this really awful practice towards the authors of their comics where if they reach a certain kind of popularity margin, I forget the exact one, they'll become an original on Webtoon, which means that a consistent pay happens for the authors, but you have stricter deadlines. But the problem is that consistent pay is kind of a pittance, and you know, you're essentially telling the artists, hey, your stuff's popular, give us your IP now, which is kind of dumb. But yeah, the short of it is that a lot of artists and comic writers had gotten really fed up with Webtoon's practices and how little they pay out and how awful the deadlines are, and have opted to put their series on a hiatus until the contract is fully done with Webtoon, so that they get, 1, the rights to their IP back, and 2, the ability to take that IP and put it onto other platforms that would treat them better. Because, you know, artists and comic artists and people that write for them and their whole teams, they need to eat. Self-publishing will always be king. Yeah, but you can't always guarantee on your self-published stuff finding immediate success. Because the fun thing about publication stuff is that if your story doesn't find any kind of major returns, I don't know, like, how do I put this? Self-publishing would work if you're able to finance it super well, but the problem is, how are you going to finance publishing your comic if you're going to self-publish? That's why a lot of artists can end up having to take a lot of jobs, because, you know, otherwise they wouldn't be able to fund the ability, because they can't fund it with passion, you know? So, I mean, I think that was a joke that was said I think that was like a joke of some kind done in the recent Amazing Digital Circus episode. right? It was one of the characters doing like some kind of training video for a fast food adventure, and they were talking about like having dreams about making a manga-inspired comic, and how like, oh, you may think you'll be able to fund that, but soon enough you're gonna get absorbed into the throes of doing this job to the point where you're gonna not have time to make your famous manga-inspired comic that you want to do. And I remember that circulated Blue Sky like crazy when when that was put around. Nah, fuck it, I'll just do it this way. That extra kick is gonna save my ass. I just know it. Yeah, in the end, it's not ideal, but publishers tend to usually be the way to go to at least help your games succeed, unless you have the means to do so yourself. Like, if you have the financial means, absolutely, you gotta self-publish, because publishers are fickle and they can always potentially harm, have the potential to harm the future of your game development passions. Just like the whole Humble Bundle situation, you know? Like Humble Games, remember that? Remember that fiasco? Also, we have an ad starting in 3.5 minutes. Just a heads up. There we go. Finally, I can get through this. No, Sybil, I want you to go down on pole. There you go. All right, let's rest. Get some health back. Yeah. Want to destroy these things, please? Oh god. There we go. All right, let's keep some of the eggs around for this. There we go. I thought that was a breakable wall. Okay. And you know, something else I thought of is that in the event that your game does find wild success post-release and gain like a major following, that can itself be a double-edged sword like any kind of fame and recognition be. And the easy example that I tend to think of when I think of this is Undertale and Toby Fox. Because like, despite how one may feel about Undertale as a game, there's no ignoring the success that it had and the widespread appeal that it's had to so many people, and for good reason. You know, it's a special game for a lot of people. But there is also no ignoring the well, there's no ignoring this. There's no ignoring that. However the fuck I did that. Oh, that's fucking funny. Okay, yeah, there's no ignoring that, but there's also no ignoring the kind of, there's also no ignoring the, stuff that happened as far as the fan base of that game is concerned. And yeah, so game development isn't just about that too. So like, that's why it's always best to try and manage things however you can. I just lost all that goddamn progress. That was so fucking funny though. I cannot believe I managed to somehow glitch Sybil to do that. Bro, you find glitches like a Zelda speedrunner. Yeah. Actually, I wonder how fast speedruns of this game are. I may look that up after the ad break. or during the ad break, just how quick speedrunners have gone with this game. There we go. That's the correct way to do this. I did that the wrong way. All right, well, ads are about to start, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the BRB screen. Get yourself some water, stretch, whatever you need to do, and we'll be right back. And we're back, and I actually did look up the Pseudoregalia speedrun record, and God, some of these numbers are crazy. The best record right now is 11 minutes and 28 seconds, and it really is fascinating to see just the kind of ways that people have truly broken games to be able to just do them more quickly. That's the wrong thing I just pressed. That's also the wrong thing I just pressed. like, I don't see myself doing speedrunning because I don't think I'd have the patience to try and find the solution to one thing that I need to do multiple times to get like a second shaved off of a timer. But I admire the dedication that people have towards it. It's very impressive, just not for me. Wait a second, hold on. Am I overthinking this again? Wait, oh wait, hold on, I might be overthinking this again. Yep, I was. God damn it. No! I just tickled. I tickled it. I tickled the trigger on my controller. I tickled it. It is so sensitive. The controls on this. Okay. So that's done. Where am I going next? Oh shit. Really? Okay. Thank God for that extra kick I got. But I need to destroy this thing because it's gonna annoy the fuck out of me while I'm doing this platforming challenge. No! God damn it. There! Piss off, hand! Go finger butthole somewhere else. Damn it. Okay. Go do the urethra meme somewhere else. Stop annoying the shit out of my platforming challenge. Okay. So where to now? Where the fuck now with this? Obviously getting up there is important, but how do I get up to there? Hold on, let's get a better survey here. What am I missing? Well, hold on. Do I have to hop up to the... Hold on a second. Can't do anything there. I need to get up to this. May have an idea, but it might not. If I somehow got it to work, that would be really weird. Unless I somehow glitch my hand into a corner like I did earlier. Okay, wow, that extra wall kick is really helping me here. And I think those green orbs are just optional upgrades, so yeah, this helps a lot. Holy shit. Okay, and that's the last of the switches here, which means we got key number fucking 4. Got it. God, I love being able to find potentially odd solutions to puzzles that others may get shocked at. I don't know if that was the right thing to do, by the by. Like, because I had the extra wall jump, it just worked. In the words of Todd Howard. Actually, speaking of Todd Howard and games related to Todd Howard Bethesda stuff, y'all been seeing reviews about that Avowed game that came out a little while ago? Or that's gonna be coming out this year? I have to say, I'm uncertain about how I feel, because I was initially really excited about that game because, you know, I've heard really good things about Obsidian's writing, and from the bits that I'd played on Fallout New Vegas, I really liked it, but I don't... After Outer Worlds and the more meh reception of it and the general unmemorability that I felt towards that game, I find myself not particularly jazzed about it, especially considering how many delays it's gone under, and also the very real fear about what may happen to them since Xbox is publishing the game. I don't know, it's... Because so far it's reviewed really well. Like, people are saying, oh, it's the best thing they've done in a long time, and they've truly created a really fantastical setting with interesting stuff in it and funny characters, and I'm like, I don't know. The last time that was said about an Obsidian game, we got Outer Worlds, which, one, I keep confusing with Outer Wilds, and two, like, while it had its moments, it felt kind of like it had the Marvel writing problem of trying to be funny and not have any sincere moments that happen to have funny things happen in there. Like, because while it's nice to have funny writing, like, I like a good joke as much as the next person. Much like what Marvel has a problem with nowadays, it's just the fear of being sincere in your writing, and Bethesda, or not Bethesda, fucking Obsidian seem to be having that problem right now, because they seem to be under the impression of like, oh, what do people know us as? Oh, I know. They know us for a lot of our funny haha gags. They remember Fisto from Fallout New Vegas. You know, they remember the hand penises line from the DLC Old World Blues. Like, that's our brand. That's our brand of fun. That's our dev identity. And it's like, no, your dev identity was being able to write really well and have really memorable characters and moments. I don't know, but maybe I'll be proven wrong with Avowed. I just think people don't really want another Outer Worlds situation, you know? Because I mean, I'm not going to say no to a good joke. I'm just going to say no to a story where it just feels like all they've got is jokes and nothing sincere happening. You know? Because if you're going to have nothing but jokes in something with no breaks in between, I don't know, let the audience breathe. Let them have a good moment here and there before they get the chuckles out, you know? But nonetheless, I'll want to see gameplay and hear the dialogue, and I don't know, maybe watch a stream or two of it from somebody before I really get an idea of if I want to play it myself or not. The other issue that I might run into is that my PC can't run it, which is which until the day I get an upgrade is gonna be the big question that will hang over my head all the time. I had to learn that lesson very, very bitterly in Baldur's Gate 3, which while I enjoyed my playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 a lot, you know, a lot of phenomenal moments with great characters, I just couldn't in the end be able to do the playthrough great justice because I had my settings at the lowest and all the characters' hair looked like seaweed. And after realizing like, oh shit, I've got a PS5, I then went, oh shit, I've got a PS5. I should have just played the PS5 version. But you know what I said earlier about some games feeling better depending on the genre for certain situations? Well, games like Citizen Sleeper, Disco Elysium, and Baldur's Gate, and Scald Against the Black Priory, and the Pathfinder games, those I always tend to prefer on a keyboard and mouse because doing them on a controller, while I know it probably works, in fact, I know a better controller scene. Actually, wait. Oh, I think I know what I should do in this one. While better controller support's something I know the devs were intent on making sure happen, it feels kind of like... It feels like trying to swim with flippers on your hands. Does that make sense? To me, at least. I don't know about anyone else, but it feels like that. And I just don't see myself ever really using a controller to play a CRPG. It just feels odd. All right. And actually, speaking of Citizen Sleeper, I mentioned it before, but one game that I want to play this year is Citizen Sleeper 2, and I'm going to stream that for certain because I adored the first game so much, and I know it's not typically a game that I've usually streamed in the past. Every AAA game should have an N64 mode for old computers. Yeah. I don't think this is the right way to go for this. It doesn't matter. Problem is, it could be another wall jump. Yeah, maybe that's the solution. Every AAA game should just have a mode for older computers, which is what graphics settings are for. But let's face it, some people's rigs are old because they can't afford to get new stuff, or the new stuff is woefully incompatible with their old stuff. Because let me put it like this, I have an old Alienware pre-built from 2018, and I learned this a little bit ago that Alienware is not built the most optimal for a lot of the stuff that they've got. In fact, I have a PC part picker list that was recommended to me to ensure that I would get the most out of the parts that I would, you know, be spending a lot of money on. Because PCs cost a lot of money to build, and they're also very harrowing for the build process. I'm very scared of potentially building my own PC because, you know, one mistake and you just burn through hundreds of bucks, you know, or thousands depending on your graphics card. And the thing is that I'm not usually somebody that really cares too much about the graphics unless they're abysmal in some cases. But what I do care about is the optimization of the game not being the strongest, and that's what made me feel not so strong about my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, is that, my god, everything took so damn long to load. Like, it was so much loading time, and yeah, I think I'm not getting this solution. And on top of characters' hair looking like it was made of seaweed, a lot of loading times, and it was just evident that my rig was just not going to do it. So if I'm doing another Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, which I do want to do, not on stream, just for me, I'll have to get a new PC outright. There's no upgrading my current one at all. As I said, old pre-built, and the compatibility with the parts may interfere with it because it is of a specific type as an Alienware computer. So, fun. Fun. Because the other reason why I would also want something stronger is to, I think the only key we have left is the underbelly. The other reason why I would want to get an upgrade is because I have actually thought to start upgrading my stream stuff with other kinds of software to add in for more interactability for you guys. So y'all can be able to have fun with the stream in more ways than just listen to me yap. You know, do more funny things on the screen, maybe have a fancy overlay, but the thing is, a lot of that requires extra software to run in the background, and I don't want my PC to start crying at me like my PS4 used to. If I so much as, you know, opened up a second tab while I was streaming and running a bunch of background software. So there's that. And then there's also the matter of me wanting to edit videos, to start editing my VODs down and maybe cut out the ad breaks, make them a bit more shorter format. You know, something better for the YouTube VOD watchers. However, that itself is hard with my current rig, because while it is possible, I have done it. Holy fuck, rendering videos takes up so many resources, and it takes forever. I can't do it, like, with my current situation at all. Like, never say never, but damn. Like, never say never with some of this stuff, but unless the video I end up making is something really short or with simple edits, yeah, rendering takes fucking forever with my stuff. It takes forever with my rig. So, yeah, that's the bitter pill that I've learned about this whole thing, is that if I want to get better at editing videos, I also should have a better computer to edit videos on. So that way I can, as I said, make better content for you all. And also be able to get the mod that has, get like a bunch of different Baldur's Gate 3 mods, since the in-game mod manager can allow you to have so much stuff available to you. No, I'm not gonna reach that. Oh, interesting. All right, there it is, the last key. No!
Oh no!
That's my brain whenever whenever my finger goes anywhere near the trigger. God, why is it so sensitive? Will that reach it? No. The other thing that I've also thought about regarding a stronger PC is just to be able to play these graphically intensive games on stream without having to worry about optimizing them a bunch, because I also know that when it comes to streaming some games, that it will absolutely tank the quality in OBS too. So yeah. All right, final key gotten. Holy shit, now I can finally unlock that door. Unlock the door, and then Sybil can finally get her Cheez-Its. I don't know, like for all I know, there may be Cheez-Its behind the door. It's her fridge. That's what it has to be. She's got to lock it so her roommates don't get after her Cheez-Its or her I don't know, her protein powder. Okay. So now we have all 5 keys, which I guess leads into the finale. All right, I'm glad that, you know, as cheap as I feel for doing it, I am glad that I actually looked up the solution that I was looking for the final pieces of upgrades that I was missing. I know I don't have everything because, you know, there's some green orbs that I don't have, and whatever else is left here. I'm just glad that I finally have everything that I need. Goats and protein powder go together like cats and milk. Or cats and fish. I was not cats and milk. Cats are lactose intolerant. Don't ever let your cats drink milk. Like, they may, yeah. Yeah, let that be the new characteristics of goat, is that they'll take protein powder. All right. We'll save here, and we'll hop ourselves over to the Abbey. Or Bailey, not Abby. I really do like the pants on Sybil. It's such a nice outfit. Actually... Oh, interesting. Well, I'm putting the big pants back on. Yeah, like the greaves look cool, the regular outfit's fine. I just like the pants look. I can't describe it. I just like the pants look. It feels complete, you know? It's cool. I like it. Okay, so we'll climb back up and then we can get that door unlocked. Don't fall off the edge, please. There are a number of unlockable outfits you can get from doing hidden platforming challenges around the game world. Is that the timed challenges that I've been finding? Because I've never gotten those, and frankly, with all of the wall bounces that I've accidentally done, and me accidentally hitting the dive attack, I don't really care to. I mean, I'll look up the outfits later, but I'm not too interested in doing the platforming challenges. I feel like I just get frustrated at them. Yep, those are the ones. Okay, good to know. Thank you for letting me know that. I thank you genuinely, because I was wondering what these time trials were for, but I was like, are they for green orbs? No, because those have been more or less out in the open for me. So, yeah. Okay. I want to read these before I unlock the door. Appointed by the guarded hand in the Bailey. Deep in the underbelly, surrounded by holes. Oh, this was the one in this room gets you a cute sleepwear outfit. Does she have a nightcap on with the little fuzzy ball at the end, like in those old, like in the old TV shows? Atop the distant tower, beckoning the lost livestock. Okay, so these were supposed to be how you knew where to find the keys. On center stage for all to see in the theater. Sitting upon a lonely throne forgotten in the keep. I would have liked this in a very different spot in the game. Just saying. All right. I like being able to consistently pull that off. Destroyed Moy. The fuck? Whoa, hello. Whoa. Oh, hello. Final boss time. Oh god, where am I? Oh, so the princess is the villain. Ow. I like the princess's design. It's neat. Well, that was a stupid idea. Damn it, I missed. She hit me. Ah, shit. Music is really good. Holy shit. Oh, God. Woo! Where'd she go? There we go. Got a charge off. Okay. Where's my tonfa? There it is. I know it's called something else, but it's basically a tonfa. Okay. Okay. Where'd she go? What? Oh, she was doing balls. Okay. Oh, God. Ow. Where'd she go? I didn't see where she went. I do find it funny that she keeps getting caught in the pillar there. That is quite humorous. It gives me plenty of time for heals. That was not a smart idea. Oh, come on, we're getting there. Oh, God. Shit. I have a question. Is there a best ending to this game that you get if you get everything? Like, is there a 100% completion ending that you can get for this? And if so, is the ending any different than the default one? Where? Holy shit, you teleport fast. Oh, God. Oh? Not really the kind of person you want to hang out with, right? I barely remember what she was really like at this point. Oh, sorry. You're probably wondering who I am. There's only one ending? Okay. Honestly, I don't really know anymore. Nobody special, I guess. But then, that's the whole reason you're here, right? I get it. I can't just hide here forever and pretend I don't exist. I'm sure I'll find something worth being awake for. Maybe I'll finally get into photography. That'd be nice, I think. So thanks, goat bunny cat lady. Sybil? Got it. I'll make sure to write it down as soon as I wake up. Don't want to forget you, too. Or don't want to forget you, too. I'm sure you've got someone else to help out, right? So yeah, thanks. Take care, Sybil. All right. So I guess that was it. That was Pseudoregalia. Wow. All right, we did it. Well, I can say for certain that this game was really enjoyable. Short, sweet, and had a lot of cool stuff to it. As far as criticisms go, I've mentioned it a few times before, but genuinely the ones that got me were just getting lost. I got lost and I was not really enjoying getting lost in this game. The lack of a map marker to indicate where Sybil was on the map really made it hard for me to remember which rooms I had just entered and exited from. That kind of contributed to me going into rooms that I had just came in from, which is not an ideal solution. I don't know if mods had fixed this or if it's going to be slated for a future update. I love that Goat Bunny Cat Lady is what she canonically is. I mean, it works. Sybil's definitely a memorable design. But yeah, there's the marker stuff with the map that I would like to see included. Just, it helps with directions. 2, I personally would have put those stones that told you where the keys were at a different point earlier in the game. So at least the players will know, at least to some degree, what direction they're supposed to go and what they're supposed to look for. Because, like, as I said, I was kind of fumbling around looking for stuff, and doing things and bouncing around instead of really knowing what I was doing and where I was going. Like, that's the double-edged sword when it comes to a lot of games that have a more hands-off approach to their objectives and story. Yes, it's cool that they just let the player do whatever. However, players like me who do like to occasionally do whatever, but also at least, know what they're trying to look for, or would like to know what they're trying to look for, end up feeling kind of like being handed a box of Legos and said, "Have at it, champ." Like that's the best way I could potentially describe the feeling that I had whenever I would get lost, is that I was just kind of like looking at the different pieces being like, well, what do I do with all this? But I was having fun. Figuring out the different kinds of ways that I could navigate problems was fun. Glitching my hand into the wall for collision was fun. Being able to circumvent certain problems without needing the upgrade for it was pretty fun. And I could definitely see why people really like this. That's what you get for not being a master builder. That's what I get for I guess that's what I get for not being Emmett from the Lego movie, or Bob the Builder. That guy's a master builder. Can he fix it? Yes, he can. But yeah, that's Pseudoregalia. I enjoyed this a lot, and thank you all for joining me here. I hope you enjoyed yourselves too, with all the discussions about game development and copyright and bullshit revolving around copyright. And for those watching on the YouTube side, thank you for coming by. As always, I really appreciate you for stopping in. If you want to see when I go live on Twitch for my streams, I usually announce them over on my Blue Sky. So go follow me there if you want to see my schedule, which I will be posting soon about what I've got. And I'll try and post it on YouTube as well. And aside from that, I don't really have any major announcements. I will say, though, one stream I will plan on for next week is that I am going to try the Pirate Majima game on PS5. I'm going to try that demo because I don't know how long it is, but I want to at least look at it because, come on, I'm a Yakuza fan. So know that that's going to happen. I don't know what day, but I'll figure it out. And as for other games, as I said, it'll mostly be some of the similar ones I've been doing lately. So Castlevania, Order of Ecclesia, and Metaphor for certain. So just keep an eye on my Blue Sky for what I've got announced. My streams are usually at 7 p.m. CST, which would mean 8 p.m. ET and 5 p.m. PST. So those are your time zones to know for whenever I'm going live. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for joining me on VOD watchers. Stay hydrated, keep your postures checked, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.